In 2018, Michael Phelps admitted he had struggled to overcome depression and the effects of ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. His wife Nicole has supported him throughout his attempts to overcome both of these problems, and she's now spoken out about how the COVID-19 pandemic has made life much harder for Michael. Making a video that highlights mental health problems is fraught with problems, but here at Trender, we feel we have a duty to bring the issue of mental health out into the open. All young people need to be aware of just how damaging secrecy is when depression hits. It can affect a person whatever their age and physical fitness. In this video, we're going to start by chronicling Michael Phelps' successful career as a swimmer and celebrate his greatness as an Olympian. Only then will we concentrate on his mental health issues. His story is inspirational, and we're keen to honor his achievements. Trender produces a whole range of videos on a wide variety of subjects. Be sure to subscribe to get access to them all. Michael Phelps' early life and introduction to swimming. Michael Phelps was born in Baltimore, Maryland in 1985. Today, he's considered by most commentators to be the greatest swimmer ever and one of the greatest athletes ever. So, how did he get started? His mom thought swimming would be a good way of using up some of his childhood energy and took him along with his sisters so they could all learn. Michael was 7 years old and suffering from ADHD. He loved swimming from the very beginning, and Mom was right. It proved a great way of burning up his energy. Michael just couldn't wait to get back in the water, and he proved to be a talented swimmer right from the go. He was so good that at age 10, he was a national record holder in the 100-meter butterfly for his age group. Serious training followed at the North Baltimore Aquatic Club, where Coach Bob Bowman took him under his wing. Bowman remained Michael's coach for the remainder of his career. Over the next few years, more age group records fell to the young Phelps. Even now, as an adult, he still holds 11 records at various age groups. His incredible improvement as a swimmer led to his qualification for the Summer Olympic Games in 2000 in Sydney. He was 15 years old and the youngest male swimmer to represent the USA for 68 years. He made the finals of the 200-meter butterfly and came in 5th. Not bad for just 15. World Championships and Olympic career. In the trials for the 2001 World Championships, Michael broke the world record and became the youngest world record holder in swimming. He then broke his own new record to claim the title of world champion. The Pan-Pacific Championships the following year saw Michael win 3 gold medals and 2 silver medals. During his build-up to the 2003 World Championships, Michael broke 2 more world records. At the championships themselves, Michael won 4 gold medals and 2 silver medals, setting new world records in 2 of the individual races. Michael Phelps went to Athens for the 2004 Summer Olympic Games, a firm favorite to win medals in more than one event. He actually won 6 gold medals and 2 bronze. He set Olympic, world, and national records in all but one event. With 6 golds, he was just behind Mark Spitz's 1972 Olympic record of 7 gold medals won at one Olympic Games. Michael was still a teenager when he competed at these games, so there would be other opportunities to steal the record from Spitz. At 2005's World Championships, Michael took 5 gold and 1 silver medal home. In 2006 at the Pan-Pacific Championships, his medal haul was also 5 gold and 1 silver, and he set either a world or championship record in each of his gold medal races. Michael was now the most dominant swimmer in the world, and proved this again at the 2007 World Championships. Ian Thorpe had set a record of 6 gold medals at the 2001 World Championships, and Michael was convinced he could shoot that record down. He needed to win 7 and had gotten 6 with just one event left. This was the 400-meter individual medley, and Michael stormed home in a world record time of 4 minutes, 6.22 seconds. Unfortunately, his chances of winning an 8th goal had been squandered when a teammate in the 4x100 medley relay team made a false start and the team was disqualified. Next up was the 2008 Summer Olympics Games in Beijing. This Games was the most anticipated in the world of swimming. The Aquatic Center in Beijing was buzzing with expectation. Could Michael Phelps beat the record set by Mark Spitz? All went according to plan as Michael pocketed gold after gold and world records tumbled. Gold number 6 came when he won the 200-meter individual medley in another world record time. He won gold number 7 in the 100-meter butterfly by the narrowest of margins, just 1/100th of a second. The underwater footage of the last seconds of the race had to be analyzed minutely to ascertain that Michael had indeed touched the wall before his rival, the Serbian swimmer Milorad Kovic. Kovic later admitted that although he had lost, there was honor in losing to the greatest ever. Winning 7 gold medals tied Michael with the previous record by Mark Spitz. Now just 1 gold medal stood between him and sole ownership of the record for most gold medals in one games. The 8th gold came from the U.S. team's victory in the 4x100-meter medley. Michael swam the 3rd butterfly leg of the race, with the U.S. trailing both Japan and Australia. He completed the leg in the fastest time ever, so he gave his teammate Jason Lezak a half-second advantage for the last leg. Lezak held on to win the leg and the race. Michael could now celebrate yet another record to add to his tally. Now that he was universally acknowledged as the greatest swimmer ever, he felt he could ease back in the 2009 World Championships. He competed in fewer individual events and concentrated on the team events. Nevertheless, he still took 5 gold medals and 1 silver home. That silver was mired in controversy because the winner of the gold, Germany's Paul Biedermann, was wearing a full-body polyurethane swimming suit. Many, including Michael's coach Bob Bowman, thought this gave an unfair advantage. However, in the 100-meter butterfly, Michael won gold, even though his nearest rival, Milorad Kovic, was also wearing a full-body polyurethane suit. In the 2010 Pan-Pacific Championships and the 2011 World Championships, Michael continued to win gold medals, but set no world or championship records. He slipped to silver in 2 events in 2011, and the U.S. 4x100-meter freestyle team could only muster a bronze. In 2012, at the London Summer Olympic Games, Michael competed in just 6 events, winning medals in each one, 4 gold and 2 silver. After the Games, he announced he was retiring from swimming. In 2014, however, he came out of retirement and began competing again. This time, he was aiming to enjoy the experience without the pressures he'd felt in the past. At the Rio Summer Games of 2016, many people noticed Michael was much more relaxed and enjoyed the event in the company of his fiancée Nicole and his son Boomer. He came away from the Games with another 5 gold medals and 1 silver. Michael was now 31 years old and seemed content to move on from swimming completely and spend time with his new family. We at Trender hope you're finding Michael Phelps' story not just interesting, but also inspirational. We have many other inspirationals you can watch just by subscribing to Trender. Michael Phelps' battle with depression. As well as having to cope with ADHD, Michael Phelps has admitted he also faces a daily battle with depression. It seems the depression was triggered initially by brushes with the law after 2004. Depression is a complex illness. Seeing someone famous suffering with depression can often lead to comments like, "With all that money and fame, he has no reason to be depressed." Often, though, people in the public eye who are looked up to and revered feel the pressure of their position. In Michael's case, he was arrested in 2004 for drunk driving. He accepted his punishment of a fine and community service. 10 years later, he was arrested for the same offense. Clearly, alcohol was a problem, and he booked into a rehab clinic in an effort to reform his habit. Michael was also spotted at a party holding a bong, which is a pipe for smoking cannabis and other recreational drugs. For someone in the public eye, having these very public issues can lead to feelings of guilt and of having let everyone down. Not only will fans be disappointed, but family and friends too. If a person is inclined to dwell on their problems, they can also build up feelings of worthlessness, and depression can set in. In Michael's case, it's known that he contemplated suicide at one stage in his life. He admitted in an interview with Today that at one point he had reached the stage where he didn't want to see another day. He found that he didn't like the person he had become. He felt vulnerable and wanted his life to change. It takes great courage to speak out about personal matters like depression. It seems that Michael gained that courage from his wife Nicole. She's talked about living with Michael when he's depressed and has feared for him. Aware of his suicidal thoughts at one time, it's become clear she realized similar thoughts could come to the surface again. The stark realization of a possible future for her and her family came in the wake of Kobe Bryant's death. Seeing how Kobe's wife now had to cope with being alone, she determined she'd help Michael as much as she could. She didn't want to lose him and have to explain to her 3 sons what had happened to their father. Nicole Phelps resolved to do more than keep her husband from falling deeper into depression, and has spent much time and effort praising him and supporting him. The arrival of the COVID-19 pandemic, however, has made the situation far worse. Michael has himself spoken about the effects of being quarantined. He found himself on edge for much of the time and feeling worthless and helpless. Many people have had to overcome the problems associated with being told to stay home. Those with mental health issues have particularly suffered, so it's no surprise Michael felt the same way. For Nicole, it seemed like all the old problems were back. In October of 2020, she admitted to her Instagram followers that Michael had good days and bad days, and all she could do was be there for him. She professed her love for him in the post and that he made her happy. Michael has undergone treatment for his mental health problems, but he stresses that depression never really goes away. It can be controlled, but not cured. He credits his family with helping him through the worst of times. He said that being told by your children that they love you is the best feeling in the world. He's encouraged by the new openness about mental health and said he was impressed by one young man who stood up after a talk on mental health that he had given. The man spoke frankly about his struggles, and Michael realized that with help, he could overcome the problems he had. Michael continues his battle with depression and has a therapist to work with. He says he now knows why he's been feeling negative and that talking freely and openly is a vital part of the coping mechanism he needs. Michael Phelps is a great athlete and a great swimmer. His collection of Olympic medals is unrivaled, and he will feature in every history of sport yet to be written. Here at Trender, we hope you've appreciated this video and feel that you're now informed about Michael Phelps and his achievements. Please hit the like button and also subscribe to Trender to get more interesting videos. And leave us a comment. Perhaps you'd like to tell us which of the Olympic Games you prefer, the Summer Games or the Winter Games. And let's finish up by pointing out that in the U.S., you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.